All right, it's the rundown. It's Monday. It is June 23rd. Fifth. Brought to you by Absolute. Both of you guys holding it, very American, very patriotic right now looking, which is good because the 4th of July is coming. It is brought to you by Absolute. Limited edition America bottle, just in time for the 4th. Talk about my 4th of July plans. Okay, I'm going to be in Nantucket for the 4th of July. I'm very excited. I'm going Thursday. And then, hopefully be there as long as I can for the month. I'm going to do radio from there, but I'm going to take vacation. I'm very excited. I'll have Absolute. I'll have America, 4th of July.
You're going for the whole month?
I'm going to try to.
You can get that wiffle ball swing down?
Oh, I smoked one. What?
Whole month.
I'm going to try.
Month off. No days
Is
off.
I'm
gonna miss you.
No days off except for the month
You're
of
going
July.
to miss me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Maybe
actually
I'll
asked
invite you
Tommy
down.
this morning, do you think there's any chance that...
Why do you have an ironing board right there?
Somebody was
'cause we're taking
ironing
pictures.
clothes the other day.
Got it.
is there any chance that Team Portnoy makes a trip out there?
See, what he should have done, you really should have rode the good luck charm thing through for this, because you could get a month for free and then
Yeah, you fucked up.
But you really
still
did
can.
not have the
Yeah, you had to
foresight
like graduate college and all that.
Yeah,
bullshit.
you
He had
started
to hang
like,
out with his friends.
Yeah, he's like,
last time.
it was my last day to hang out with my friends. Well, now, Tommy, you are
Yeah.
Team Portnoy,
Now
but
you-
you were getting 10% of the you separated and then got murdered. Now I had to
Didn't go
retire.
You
cold,
see the
though.
forest through the trees.
Didn't go cold.
Hashtag Absolute America and hashtag promotion. I mean, how can you? This makes no sense. Somebody tell these ad people, if you're just like a human and you send us a picture with the Absolute, you do not have to do hashtag promotion. You do not. You can just do hashtag Absolute America. We have to do them both, but the end user doesn't. Let's make this easy on them. Get the bottle, just do hashtag.
Well, that's to get the $1 donation.
So if you
Yeah.
want to
Yeah, I
donate,
You got to
back.
do that. Yeah, you got to do that.
That's
Yeah,
how they track.
for $1 donation. Because they're going to donate $1 from September 3rd to every photo shared with people partying with Absolute America.
And the hashtag.
And hashtag
make
promotion.
So
America
to get the $1
Yeah.
donated, you got to use.
What are
the
you guys
hashtag.
doing for the 4th?
Just hanging.
Sounds
Vacation, taking the week off.
awesome. Are you going to be in New York?
No.
No. Are you going somewhere private? Is that why it's like,
I'm going somewhere.
okay.
Overseas.
overseas.
Yeah, I'm taking a little plane.
Like a different country?
Yeah, that would be overseas.
I mean,
Well, I'm going overseas.
Where are you going?
Nantucket.
Fuck you.
drop dead.
Touche.
Drop dead.
Damn it. I walked into that one.
yeah, you did. All right, World Cup's going. I've watched some of it. The big moments that I've seen is the Germany's guy's goal. He bended it like Beckham. Pretty good movie, by the way. And
That
then
was sick.
what?
That was a sick.
Yeah, sick goal, and they went
like a
nuts.
walk-off, right?
Yeah, that's what they said. It was, but it's not. But it was close because it was like the.
It was like
Yeah.
the 95th
I still
minute.
don't know how time goes. They keep the time. I don't know why they don't let you know what's going on with that.
It's actually awesome.
It's
I've-
crazy to have
Time-
it just
there's no-
open-ended. There was 7 minutes in the Brazil game the other day.
Yeah, but
that's a
that's-
long fucking time.
No, but it's awesome because
especially
the-
if you guys are gambling and shit.
Because the timeouts and like there's no commercials. It's awesome. You know, you have a sense.
And then the other one was the English bar going absolutely nuts after they scored a goal there on. I just asked Liz, I did my pre-show prep because I know Mexico is a big story in the World Cup. They play Wednesday. If they win, they're on. I haven't paid that much attention, Dan. It seems like you have. So
Yeah, it's
you're
awesome.
in on the World Cup.
I love the World Cup. I love. Yeah, you actually. I was expecting you to talk about the so the England game. Panama lost 6-1, but they scored their first ever goal in the World
They
Cup.
celebrated.
Like the
Bananas.
craziest celebration you ever seen. Their fans were just going like crying, going nuts. That's what the World Cup is. They're like the fans are on a different level.
Well,
in the
even
World
that English bar was like it was 1-0 early in the game. They went
Dude,
crazy with that. Because I mean, if it's every 4 years and you only score like
Yeah.
1 or 2 goals a game,
And
you
it's-
gotta go. But you gotta like soak the moment in.
Right, and we know it. I mean, when the TJ Oshie thing against Russia, like those moments are the best when your whole country can come together.
Mm-hmm.
They're also Iran did an awesome thing instead of
You don't hear that every day.
yeah, that's true. You can, instead of calling or like
was
hitting
funny,
a
Dave.
fire alarm in Portugal's hotel, they just threw in a huge fucking party right outside their hotel, and you can see Ronaldo in the window being like, "Can you guys be quiet? Can you guys be quiet?" Just fucking threw a rager
awesome.
right on the street. That's the World Cup. It's like soccer fans are on a different level than every
Totally.
other.
Yeah, man.
Totally. I mean, don't they basically kill each other?
I was gonna
at
say the
times?
only thing we haven't heard yet is violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's coming. I guess
Well-
it's still group.
I
Also,
also
it's
think
hard-
Russia,
hard to get
like,
news out
if
of Russia,
anything bad in Russia, they kill everybody.
Yeah,
who
you
can
don't
tell
hear
you.
about it.
Right.
Yeah.
This story is very funny. So it was Gay Pride yesterday in the country.
It's amazing.
We got they have I would say probably the biggest ones here in New York. I mean, it
was right outside our office.
Yeah, it is something.
Took me like 40 minutes to cross the street
Yeah,
yesterday.
it
from
is.
the office.
The same happened to me at Halloween.
You can't travel around Manhattan when there's parades.
Yeah,
You
parades
have to
is-
just shut your day down.
This story out of Cincy. So it's two husbands. One of them was the mayor of a town. One of them's like the village keeper. They got in a fight. They beat each other up.
Two bills.
Two
That's my
bills.
favorite part.
Two bills.
That's
Not
Bill
to be
and Bill.
confused with the ESPN doc
Correct.
on Two Bills. One of them wanted to leave. The other guy didn't. He wanted to keep partying. And then once they agreed to leave, it was who was least drunk and would drive. And then where it gets a little tricky is apparently they agreed to mutual combat.
Mutual combat
Which
fight.
seems like, in that case, it's fair game. But
Yeah.
someone then called, like one of them called, said something's wrong.
One of them
here.
definitely was losing the mutual
Yeah.
combat
Well, that's
fight.
what's interesting about like with gay domestic violence. It's like a fair fight.
Yeah, oh,
So,
this is
you
fair
know,
fight.
so like
Both
if you,
guys look like
if-
they got a
if
couple
two-
of scraps.
if two
literally was
husbands
called
agree-
mutually acceptable
yeah,
combat.
like if it's a guy and a
Mutual
girl,
combat
obviously
fight.
you can't have that because it's too violent. But if two guys who are a fair fight match up, that should just be their business.
that seems like the case.
And it's tale as old as time. The whole like you basically race to get drunker first, so you don't have to drive.
Right.
Every couple does that, gay, straight, or otherwise.
Right. Day drinking
I'm
gets
with
away
these
from
guys. And now they also agreed to, or like were slapped with mutual restraining orders. They both have restraining orders against each other.
Oh,
How
wow.
do you do that when you live together?
And it's the mayor.
And husband.
sounds
And
like
it's the
the
mayor.
Yeah.
And it's the mayor.
Yeah.
What a story.
Yeah, it's that everything. And they did. They almost look like twins in a weird way. They're
Yeah.
very similar looking. The rundown is brought to you by SeatGeek. $10 off your first ticket order. Obviously, we use SeatGeek for everything. The code rundown for this, you'll get $10 first ticket order. They have tickets for concerts, baseball, you name it, they have it.
World Cup.
Do they?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just-
Maybe.
Sure. MLS.
Yeah, soccer.
Soccer's going to be big.
LeBron AU, two stories out of this one. I blogged one, and it's kind of tongue-in-cheek clearly, but his kid tried to dunk for the first time, missed it by a mile. I wrote a blog how that's very LeBron-esque because he can't dunk. He tried to, cost his team his game. And then the better clip, though, Hubs had later, he just came from the stands and started coaching. Like, he kicked the coach out. Like, he was mad. It was a close game. You can see him getting frustrated in the crowd. He just walks in, starts on the side of the huddle, and then moves into the middle of the huddle. And the guy who's coaching you see he just backs like almost like Field of Dreams, that Homer Simpson like gif when you walk back into the bushes. And LeBron just took over the entire team for like 3 minutes. He's just coaching the whole thing. I don't know what you do. I get it. It's LeBron.
It's
the
kind of
kids.
cool. I mean, it's if you're a kid on that team, especially like if you're best friends with Bronny Jr. and he's about to move to LA and you'll never see him again in your life. This is like a moment that
The
you
center, by the
cherish.
way, was taller than LeBron, which
Really?
is kind of crazy for 13-year-olds.
Also, did you notice no cast?
I did notice that.
Do you notice the headphones in too? By the way, just sitting in the stands with the headphones on, such a douchebag.
No cast.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's just slow, and I hate LeBron, so it's a good story. A lot of people are very upset. They're mad online that I'm talking about as a kid, not surprising. Another good fight, an interesting one. Jabbar Gaffney versus Lito Sheppard. Bet you didn't have that one coming in the morning. So,
No, a feud.
yes. Like,
I mean, since 2012.
this
Hatfield and McCoy's.
This feud sounds like one that ends up in like tragedy. Like
Yeah.
if you're doing this much, who knows what happened? But Jabar Gaffney and his girlfriend followed Lito Sheppard from a feud from 2012. Is
They're
that-
cousins too.
yeah, played high school football together, played college football together, followed him, slashed his tires, put some type of substance in his gas tank, which I can only assume was intended to make the car explode. So Lito Sheppard driving home noticed his car was fucked up. They went to the footage. He couldn't have been surprised. He had
No.
to be like, this is definitely
This
a
is,
me.
this is Jabbar Gaffney.
Yeah, if you have a feud like that,
Yeah.
you're
You know
always
exactly. It's like
okay.
Batman and the Joker. It's
Right.
like you know exactly who's doing what when.
It's a great feud. It's just everyone's like Lito Sheppard, Jabar Gaffney. Like who would? I was like, oh, this is good. I like this.
It must be so thrilling to have a rival like that.
That type of feud.
Yeah, like waking up in
That's
the
what-
morning
that's
and being
why
like,
you wake
what
up in
is
the
my
morning.
rival going to be?
Yeah.
My cousin slash rival that I've had a 7-year feud on.
There needs to be like a documentary on this.
I wonder. We don't know what started it, right?
No research?
No, it says on the
Maybe
blog.
they're just
Listen,
going
and-
against
and-
each other in like
don't know.
OTAs and summer camp. Like one's a corner, one's a wide receiver. They've grown up, and it's just like big man on campus
The
for
gas tank
30
move
years.
is like that's like diabolical.
Well, that sounds like something you're trying to make the car.
Yeah, like it's one thing to like slash the tires, like vandalism, or you straight up fight, but pouring a substance in someone's gas tank is like evil villain movie shit.
And the girlfriend involved, I also think, takes like everyone knows this is like, oh, this is serious. This is Lito Sheppard versus Jabar Gaffney.
Yeah, when
let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
don't
yeah,
try
when
to
you
step in.
decide to, date Lito Sheppard or Jabar Gaffney, you're entering into that feud as well.
Right. Yes.
You know,
like you
it's
said,
Part
Hatfield
of the deal.
McCoys.
Yeah, it's part of the deal.
It's like that's Romeo and Juliet, basically.
Yeah,
that
the
story.
Montagues and the
Montagues.
Capulets.
Yeah. Very well. See, we're very educated.
Very
people.
cultured.
It's
Very
cultured.
cultured.
That was off the top of your tongue. I like that.
It's crazy. Danny Boy Kane versus Big Papa Kane and Hulkamaniac.
Hulk
Feud
Kane.
is as old as
I
time.
mean, Hulkamaniac. Big Papa Kane.
Smashing 91.
Jimmy Fallon got burned, caught using his burner account, I guess. I don't get this at all. Like, I never get the burner. This one, like, congratulating himself. I at first thought he did it on purpose, which would be funny, but I guess he
Yeah.
got caught with the burner account.
What do you mean you guess? Like he did. What,
Yeah.
What
You
don't
think
you
he
get?
did it on
Well, I
purpose?
thought he did it on, like,
As a joke?
joke?
like I tend to do that. Like, people like, is that your burner? I do have, well, maybe.
Maybe you do, maybe
The
you
amount
don't.
of
Maybe I
people who are like, "Yo, I found Dave's burner. It's BS 1, 2,
He
3, 4,
quote
5,
tweets
6."
it
I'm
every
like,
day.
No kidding.
I haven't used it quite, but I'm quite.
You used it on Friday.
Yeah, that was
all
the first time
the
in like
time.
three weeks. I'm quite effusive in that, and that whoever that account is quite effusive in his praise for me. Tommy, could be Tommy.
The craziest part about your burner account is you actually didn't need to create one because 15-year-old Steve is your burner account.
Yeah, but he's a real person.
Yeah, I know, but he replies to everyone who tweets being like, "That's my president." Like, you don't need that. You have it already.
Yeah, no, Steve
You
makes
already
a lot of
have
sense.
all. You have millions. You have
That
tons of
16-year-old
minions.
makes a lot of sense.
Steve tends to be on the right
Actually,
side.
to be
of
honest, he
history
really
a lot.
does. He's wise beyond his
Yeah,
years.
he's
It's
on
so
the right
funny. I
history a
follow
lot.
him, and every now and then I'm like, I'll see a tweet, and I'll just be like, "Oh
quick
yeah, I follow
reminder.
a 16-year-old."
Yeah,
It's
like a lot of times I really agree with him, and then he'll
Yeah.
be like, "There was a fight at the lunch table at the
Yeah.
cafeteria today," and
I'm
like,
really
"Oh."
stressing
That's
about
right,
my
you're in ninth grade.
my AP history final. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I follow a 16-year-old.
Smart kid. Post show, what do we have? We had Pat McAfee. That video's coming out. He played baseball. It looked pretty good for a guy who's never swung a bat before.
Put the
Tommy
ball
over there.
in play every
He
single
was
time.
good, yeah. Put a lot
Was
of
the pitcher
good
going
contact.
full speed on him?
Yeah, I think so. He was throwing
you think
fastballs
so?
in the
You
first
know
and third.
that
It
didn't
seemed like it
sound
didn't
very
seem like it was off. He
convincing.
threw him a breaking ball first pitch in a second at bat.
The
It was
way
like a
you're
joke.
answering it makes me think like maybe he was.
Well, I mean,
If
like
he's throwing him breaking balls,
he was
he's
throwing
not
him.
taking
He threw him a
it easy on
fastball. Like
What was he throwing in warm-ups?
It didn't seem like it was
low
any
90s.
less speed, but he was giving him.
how was
something
your
to hit.
call?
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing that. So you were there for
It'll just
that.
be highlights, but
Yeah.
It was
Something
it was
else
good.
happened too.
Frankie freak out.
Oh, well,
Frankie's
Frankie's
freaking out.
making news. His family's mad because of the Tavares sweepstakes, which clearly NHL people care about. This office abnormally cares about it because of Frankie and
Well,
his.
like once a day, Frankie just pops up and just starts yelling at someone.
Yeah.
Because of Tavares.
And he just
Or
will.
promises
Glenny, don't give
suicide.
me that face. And then, like,
He'll also just say it out of the blue, like if he literally just, if John Tavares doesn't sign, I don't know what he'll do with himself. And then there's a story, Bagel Boss, a New York bagel company, said he will deliver to his door bagels every single morning if he resigns. Frankie came in, he's like, "You see the bagel story?" Because anything that comes out, he talks about. I'm like, "Yeah, I saw it." He's like, "Yeah, we talked about giving him free chicken palms, but we decided we can't do that. It would you can't set a precedent where you just give away chicken palms." So I blogged it, and now the Borellis are upset.
Wait.
Here's the thing. What Frankie Borelli and his father are saying is true. John Tavares is not going to make his decision based on bagels and
But
chicken
it's a
parms.
nice
But it's a
gesture.
gesture that
It's a
other
nice
people are
gesture.
making.
He didn't say that when he
Borelli
came in.
other
He's like,
people
we don't
like
do
line in the sand.
Armands in Chicago and
He's
Declan's
saying-
on
well,
Wells.
Frankie's
They were
point is
both
correct.
giving away
Where
free
were
things.
these guys when John was like struggling?
When
or
John
whatever?
Tavares
And
was
yes,
just a
you're
little
right.
pipsqueak
Borelli's
coming in for rookie season.
Yes.
He had rookie camp. I welcomed him in. I was like a
Correct.
Like a
We
14-year-old
know
kid. I
that.
said, "John,
Listen, nobody's
John,
doubting
sit in
that.
the first booth.
Nobody
And we gave him
doubts
a
this.
pizza.
Bruce.
Yeah, section 1,
Ooh,
table
ooh,
12. He
the
sat
first
right there,
two.
and I remember it to this day. I brought over a nice thing. He signed it. It's still hanging in the bar. We could not be more supportive of John Tavares. What I hate.
You could.
But what I hate-
You could.
You could offer
You
him.
actually could.
I'm
could
trying to
publicly
change the
offer him.
precedent of the Islanders fan base. We have to stop with the gimmicks. This is the same fan base that we don't go to games, right? We have the lowest fan base at games ever, but we'll put up.
truthfully,
we'll put
Frankie,
up,
I
we'll
mean,
put
I
up
like
billboards
it.
and we'll
But
do
you
all this
didn't
stuff.
you didn't vote to keep them in Nassau.
You weren't
either.
even
16
there.
years old.
You weren't even there, Frankie.
I couldn't vote. I couldn't.
You
vote.
weren't even there for the
Couldn't
biggest
vote.
vote of your
I
life.
wasn't allowed to.
Listen,
Wow.
everything you're saying is true.
Dude,
However,
listen,
this is
I'm
not
just
the
trying
time to
to
do
change.
it. Wait till you get Tavares, and then you can fucking change the perception of the fan base.
John Tavares knows if he ever walks in that fucking restaurant, I will pay.
Does
He
he?
knows that he's
Does
gonna
he?
get. He knows he's gonna get charged for chicken
he?
parm
I'll do his
subs.
hair if he wants to.
What if John Tavares resigns and the Islanders have a bad season? He doesn't score a
It's
lot of
just gonna
goals. He
be-
walks
it's
in
just-
that
it's-
restaurant. Does he know he's getting free chicken parm? I don't think so.
What you
Way
should
we
have
operate,
done,
bros, is
Frank.
It's like a head nod.
you-
He walks in, I give him the
Yeah,
head
I don't
nod.
know about
I
that.
have to pay for the water, though.
What if Frankie's
You
getting
should have put out a
paid,
statement
Frankie?
saying, Bagel Boss, you haven't been there the way I've been there. We will give John Tavares whatever he wants, but he already knows that. Rather than you say, no, he doesn't get free chicken parms.
See,
You dummy.
Listen, what I said to Dave was, I was like, did you see Bagel Boss? I hate the move. We're not doing this at Borelli's. We can't be giving out chicken parms to every single person. That
They don't
comes
even
in.
That's
give
exactly
Not
what he
every
said.
single person.
That's exactly what he
John
said.
Tavares.
You don't get free. You don't
We
get free
can't be giving
refills.
out
You don't
chicken
get
parm.
water. You
No
don't get
mom
free
and
chicken
pop
parm.
restaurant gives out free refills. The Coca-Cola brand, they slam you with these Coke products. They do. They do. If
How
you go
about
to
this?
a
How
TGI
about-
Fridays, if you go to TGI Fridays, they book deals with the restaurants, and it's cheaper.
We're
it's
getting
cheaper.
schooled in the game.
Listen,
Francis said
this
earlier.
Coke
We're working,
syrup
my
is-
dad's at the restaurant right now,
like
busting
oil.
his ass. You can't pay $2.50 for a Coke. Come on, don't go out.
Jeez.
Francis said, you're the type of place that, if I got a water cup and I filled it up with soda, you'd be mad. And Frankie goes, we're a restaurant. We're not a pizza
We
place.
are a
You
restaurant.
can't even do that in
We
my
don't
place.
have garlic powder and all this shit.
I don't know. It's
Listen,
just sad.
Listen,
I'm up to my head with John Tavares stuff. I don't need to be talking about the Bagel Boss and chicken parms. He's just got to resign. That's all he's got to
You
do.
just picked the wrong time to make your stand. That's all.
It's a really nice gesture by Bagel Boss.
I'm trying to go business as usual. We don't need to give him free stuff. We don't need to pamper him in certain ways.
I'll
Just
tell you
sign.
what,
Let
it's
me-
not good.
all right,
just
the fact
sign.
that he's even doing this 5-team tour is
It's
a problem.
Here's all I'm
Nine.
going to say.
9?
It's going to 9.
Oh, that, I mean,
wow.
See,
Here's all I'm
that's
gonna
so unlike
Right.
JT to begin
I
with
don't
that
like
that makes me
this
scared.
This new agent's like whoring him out. I don't like this guy.
Here's all I'm going to ask, Frankie. John Tavares.
We were doing conversions. We were doing tax law on the way to the pizza review today.
Yeah.
it's like, well, if he goes to
State
Dallas,
income tax
it's
is
$3
gonna-
million.
Yeah,
It
State
can't-
income
it's
tax,
like-
property
Blame
tax,
us.
Canadian tax.
Let me ask
there's
you a
whole lot
question,
going on.
Frankie. If John Tavares, let's say on Thursday we wake up, signs with the Sharks, is there not going to be a small part of you being like, should have done more?
Yeah, you want to empty the tank.
Right.
Like, you
Leave it on
don't
the
want to
field.
be in a, did I do everything I could do? Which
Yes.
now you're clearly in that situation.
Clearly.
You don't think that
Clearly
Islanders fans are going to blame you now? Of course
Listen,
they are.
They should. It'd be a real
Shouldn't-
shame
they
if
shouldn't,
all
because
Islanders
we've always
fans
been
blamed
behind
you.
John
They
Tavares.
It'd be a real
absolutely
shame
And
if
we're
they all
trying to
blamed
make
you.
it seem
You're
like
at the
it's business
1 yard
as usual.
line
We're
and
not
you
freaking
fucking-
out.
I'd
I
hate
think
to see
someone's
it.
Oh,
gotta
yeah, you're not freaking out at all.
Someone-
You're cool as a cucumber.
He is literally Frank the Tank from old school when he's like,
Keep
don't
your
freak
composure.
out.
Yeah.
Keep your composure.
Someone's got to stay normal. Just
But you're not.
It's not you, pal.
Just keep the chicken.
Someone's
got
got to stay normal. Yeah, we agree.
Nothing's gonna change. It's just gonna be on July 1st. He's just gonna be an Islander.
I would
if
just.
you made all these moves, Lou Lamoriello, Trotz, and then he
Oh
doesn't
man.
sign.
I don't know what my life is.
And
like.
then on top of all that, everyone blames Borelli's for
He's
not
not every
doing
Sunday.
He
everything.
might actually kill
He
himself.
said
he
they're
might actually kill himself.
God.
He said they're in better
Oof, Marone.
shape because I guess there's some relevance that the Islanders are in better shape because he hasn't signed yet.
Yes.
Because then they would have kept all their like Gar Snow and all. I've heard everything. I know
The
more
more
about the
John Tavares
Islanders
has
than
waited, the
I
better
ever
the team
wanted
has
to.
gotten so far.
Yeah.
It's just true. If he
Yeah.
would have signed 2 months ago, we wouldn't have had Lou
That's true.
Lamoriello or Barry Trotz.
That's true. So maybe he's just waiting it out a little
Oh,
longer. Do a
man.
9-team tour, see what else they can
He is a
sweeten the
business.
pot with.
I'm
he
rooting
just-
for you,
he
Frankie. I
goes-
really am. From the
just
bottom of my
goes
heart,
and-
I'm rooting for you, but
I don't think you are.
I am. But I really don't want to be stuck in a spot where I have to start blaming Borelli's. For John
Borelli
Tavares
should not be to blame.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. You're right.
We're
There
just
may
trying
be
to-
no
the
truth
fact
to
that
that.
it's a
There's an
debate,
easy
the
way.
fact that it's a debate and you left that door open is your fault.
Yeah.
I
there's
just
an
didn't like
easy
what
way
Bagel
to
Boss
t-
was doing. I made the comparison.
There's
I
an
didn't like,
easy way
I
to-
wasn't going to follow up what Bagel Boss was doing. Like, oh, look at us over here, Borelli. We'll also give
You
you free
should have
shit.
offered it
I
and
don't
said,
like
you know what,
that.
we don't even need to do this because John, my friend John and I are so close, he knows that he's going to get taken care of.
Easy way to
However,
put yourself-
however, he's going to get this, and this for free and blow the bagels out of the water.
problem was that when you told me the first time, the way you pitched it made it sound like your chicken palms were up on like a pedestal where you just can't give those away to anybody for free.
Because it sets a bad precedent.
I just didn't. I don't like that Bagel Boss is coming out. I think it's a media grab, and I think that we hold
Of course
ourselves to
it
a higher
is.
standard than Bagel Boss running around. Where was Bagel Boss last week?
You're just getting bodied.
My
in
dad's
the
out
media
there
right
at
now.
campaigns.
The PRs.
My dad's out there at campaigns at the Coliseum to get frickin' the CAA, the basketball tournament. You don't think he wants the Islanders and John Tavares to sign?
What does your dad think about the headline in Dave's blog?
He wasn't happy.
Was not happy with it. I mean, that's
I
bad
may have-
PR.
I watched the post on a plane about the media.
You gotta
can't
control the
go-
media.
The media has to though. Just because you work here, I have to still be truthful, or else we won't be taken seriously.
You gotta
as
be
a
man of
media
I didn't
integrity.
like the
Come on.
Bagel Boss move. That's all. I mean, that's the fact that it's turning into.
Do you
John
think
Tavares
that? I
versus
mean,
Perez, I'm not happy.
listen.
That's what it is, though.
Do you think that at this point, with the bad pizza review and now this headline, that maybe Dave is causing worse
I didn't
publicity?
get it.
than
He got a
the
good
Pirellis
paid
than-
pizza review.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Wait, what?
Well-
I thought that was the whole thing.
Well, there were
Well-
people who said it was an inside job, but
Yeah.
it was a good review.
He cooked a different pizza.
Yeah, he got in his own head.
Right, but I thought the whole problem was that he got in his own head and you got a bad
No,
score.
he got
No.
a
We,
good
did, we
score.
thought
No.
thought it could have. We thought it may have been higher if it was Laredo.
What'd you give
because
him?
That was
I was fairly high.
7-9.
I'm just nervous for you, Frankie.
I haven't been able
This
to
is really
sleep.
sad.
All right. Well, good luck.
Good luck.
If it's not this week, it's not happening because this
Yeah.
is he can only do the 8-year deal, I guess, this week, and then
July
God
1st.
forbid this becomes a food war.
I'd actually would hate to be the demise of Pirellis. That would bother me. So, I mean, it is what it is. I won't say it's my fault, but I publicized it. But let's hope that you guys stay in business.
It could all be changed, though. Fixed.
Yeah.
Like that.
Or if Tavares signs. you
Just
guys are
one
good.
cent. Just
When John Tavares
all
signs,
you gotta
it's just gonna
say.
be business as usual.
all you got. Well, yeah, he will
That
sign
is-
with the Sharks
I mean, that's
eventually.
ridiculous for you to say that. You're going to throw a fucking party.
No, I'm saying like with the chicken parms and bagel boss, everyone just go back to their lives. I'm obviously gonna have a heart attack when he signs.
Yeah, okay.
But,
All right, that's fine.
But I'm saying the gimmicks. We gotta
Yeah.
get away from the gimmicks. I don't want to be.
I will
linked with,
say
like,
it's
the
a
Mets.
lot. It's a lot of hype for a team that, as I've said to Frankie a million times, I can't believe we're still talking about this. But he's been on the team for like a decade, and they've sucked the entire time. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like
why he wants
but
to go
it's-
somewhere
it's,
else.
It's
Yeah.
like a Mike Trout in the Angels situation.
It's
though.
almost
It's
like
it's not
Jacob
him.
DeGrom's still an unbelievable
Yeah.
pitcher. They just can't.
He's
score
on one
runs.
of the
why he
worst.
should probably go
He's
to
on one of
a
the most
contender.
dysfunctional franchises in the world, but they just
Don't you
took
think?
they just took very big steps to
No,
not
you're
be
not
that.
gonna.
Don't you think John Tavares wants to play playoff hockey?
He
He
has
goes
played playoff hockey.
sign somewhere else.
He has played
But,
playoff hockey.
like,
He's
every
on his
year.
way to playing playoff hockey. Every
Okay.
day that goes by, we're getting more and more of a better team.
All I ask is that whether he signs or doesn't sign, we need a live Periscope right after from you.
Actually, we
Wherever
need,
you are.
At this point, you should have someone like we never know when it's going to break. You almost need
No,
a live electric chair at all times.
Yeah, you need to do that because it's probably going to happen over when everyone's gone for 4th of
I feel like
July,
Whitney's like paying
Oh,
as close
no
attention
one
as
is
you
rooting
are.
harder for
yeah.
Guy's
him
getting
leave,
3,000
then,
likes on a tweet where he just
Oh.
writes "ha ha."
So it's going to be great.
Bad man.
It's
Such an
going to be
asshole.
Whitney is going to have a field day with you, Frankie.
God.
All right.
Just please.
Did you hear the story Tommy Smokes told on the radio about him simulating his games when he was a child? This is one of the wildest things.
Simulating what?
Like he would go out in the backyard and
I
he's
don't think
playing
that's that
basketball,
wild.
and he
Well,
would
no,
and he
he
would
played defense against
But
himself in his
so
head.
so he would in his head he would play out an entire game like in the NCAA tournament. He would like simulate the defensive possessions in his head, keep score, and play out like a full length game.
See, I don't think
I don't
that's
think
what,
that's-
that's
So
not
then,
crazy.
so
It's
then,
not that
so then it
The
translated
Madden.
Yeah, the
into
Madden is a little
Madden,
weirder.
and he
Yes.
would keep all of his stats on an Excel spreadsheet, which even that is nerdy, but not that.
Google
whatever.
Doc.
He then also fabricated, and this is just like this year, he fabricated that he was a franchise quarterback in Madden who made guest appearances on Modern
Family and Ballers.
and he was involved on Ballers, and he did a rom-com with
No, not
James
rom-com, regular comedy movie.
with James Franco and who?
Paul Rudd.
And Paul
It's
Rudd.
off-season stuff.
He made
But I
up. He
don't
made
know.
up his
What do you
off.
mean made up?
Like in his head, he just said, "I'm a franchise
You, like,
quarterback."
you wrote
and
in the
off
F-
field.
I played the season like for real in Madden and wrote down all my stats. So what happened in the offseason? You got to keep track.
and he
so
wrote
it's
it down.
written down.
Yeah, it's
in
written
an
down.
Excel spreadsheet. Made guest appearance on Modern Family.
Yeah.
This guy Tommy.
And he, the best part, Dave, is I was going to get coffee with him today, and he was explaining it to me, and I was like, oh, well, like, every kid does shit like that. Like, I used to, create crazy Madden teams, and I was like, so you did it like 10 years ago? He's like,
It was February. It was February.
Yeah,
Even
I have
he
an
knew, as he
imagination.
was saying on the radio, he was choking back laughter. He was like, even I think this is weird. I don't know
It's
what I was
when
doing.
when you're in the moment, it's fun. When you look at it on like a national radio show and you're reading this Google Doc, it's
Yeah,
a little
And
How'd
he
you
also
do-
he made up the Paul Rudd and James Franco movie. It doesn't
Yeah, I'm not even a
exist.
huge fan
How'd
of
you
either of
do?
them, but I just felt like
How'd
it
the movie
could
do?
happen.
Not good. That's the other thing too.
Well-
He has very low like he makes it to the quarterfinals. He loses.
No, well, Madden
No,
is very good.
how'd the movie do?
Pretty well, like probably like 6.4 on IMDb.
Okay.
It's also, I mean,
I didn't write that down, but if I had to
It's
guess.
not that shocking because you did do the fan fiction like Survivor series,
Yeah.
which is of great
It is right
detail.
up the alley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right on the spectrum.
So.
All right.
You just really
That's
need
me.
a sibling.
That's it.